Mired in bad habits, meet Jake. Jake was stuck. His life felt like a broken record, playing the same bad habits over and over. He knew these habits were unhealthy. He woke up late, grabbed fast food, and spent hours on the couch. His days were filled with mindless scrolling on his phone. He knew he should exercise, eat better, and engage in more fulfilling activities. But change felt impossible. He was comfortable, even if it was an unhealthy comfort. He told himself he'd change tomorrow, but tomorrow never came. One day, Jake's world shifted. It was an ordinary day, or so he thought. He had no idea that a simple visit to the doctor would change everything. A routine doctor's appointment turned into a stark wake-up call. Jake had gone in expecting the usual checkup, but what he got was far from routine. The doctor laid it out plainly. "Your health is at risk." The words were clear, direct, and impossible to ignore. Jake felt a chill run down his spine. "You need to make changes or face the consequences." The doctor's tone was serious, almost urgent. It was a moment of truth that Jake couldn't escape. The words hit Jake like a punch to the gut. He had always thought he was invincible, but now reality was staring him in the face. The consequences suddenly felt real. The gravity of the situation sank in, and Jake realized that his life could take a turn for the worse if he didn't act. His bad habits weren't just an inconvenience, they were a threat to his well-being. The late-night snacks, the cigarettes, the drinks, they all added up. Fear, a powerful motivator, stirred within him. For the first time, Jake felt genuinely scared for his future. The fear was palpable, and it pushed him to think about change. He left the doctor's office determined to change. The conversation with the doctor had ignited a spark within him. He knew he couldn't continue down the same path. This time, tomorrow wasn't an option. Procrastination was no longer a luxury he could afford. He had to start making changes immediately. He knew he had to take control of his life. With a newfound sense of purpose, Jake began to plan his steps. He was ready to face the challenge head-on and reclaim his health. Jake started researching habits. He learned about the habit loop: cue, routine, reward. A cue triggered a routine, which led to a reward. He realized his cue was waking up feeling tired. This led to his routine of grabbing sugary cereal for a quick energy boost. The reward? A temporary feeling of satisfaction. But this satisfaction was fleeting, and the cycle continued. He knew that to change his habits, he needed to break this loop. He needed new cues, new routines, and new, healthier rewards. Knowledge was the first step. Armed with an understanding of the habit loop, Jake started to analyze his day. He identified the cues that triggered his unhealthy routines. Waking up to a messy room made him feel overwhelmed, leading him to skip breakfast and choose fast food later. To break the chain, he decided to start his day with a 5-minute tidy-up. This simple change made a difference. He felt calmer and less likely to grab unhealthy food. He replaced his sugary cereal with a protein-rich breakfast. The reward? Increased energy and focus throughout the morning. Section 5. Small changes, big impact. One step at a time. Jake resisted the urge to overhaul his entire life overnight. He knew that sudden drastic changes often lead to burnout and failure. He understood that making too many changes at once would be overwhelming and unsustainable. The pressure of trying to do everything perfectly could easily lead to stress and frustration. Instead, he focused on small, manageable steps. He broke down his goals into tiny, achievable tasks that he could incorporate into his daily routine without feeling overwhelmed. He started with a 15-minute walk each day, enjoying the fresh air and the simple act of moving his body. Gradually, he increased the duration and intensity of his walks, turning them into light jogs and eventually a full fitness routine. He swapped sugary drinks for water, understanding the importance of staying hydrated and reducing his sugar intake. To make it more enjoyable, he added slices of lemon for flavor, making his water refreshing and tasty. He used a habit tracking app to monitor his progress and stay motivated. Each small victory was a step closer to his larger goals. He learned that consistency, not intensity, was key. By sticking to his new habits every day, he built a strong foundation for lasting change. Small changes, compounded over time, were yielding significant results. Jake could see the positive impact of his efforts, and it motivated him to keep going, one step at a time. Section 6. The power of accountability. Finding support. In this journey, the importance of having a support system cannot be overstated. It's often said that no man is an island, and this rings especially true when striving for personal growth and change. Jake knew he couldn't do it alone. He realized that having someone to share his thoughts and progress with would be crucial in maintaining his motivation and focus. He confided in a close friend about his goals, asking for support and accountability. This friend became a pillar of strength for Jake, offering encouragement and a listening ear whenever he needed it. He joined an online community of people with similar goals, sharing tips and encouragement. These virtual connections provided a sense of belonging and a wealth of knowledge that Jake found invaluable. Having a support system made a world of difference. It wasn't just about having someone to talk to. It was about being part of a community that understood his struggles and celebrated his victories. He felt less alone in his struggles. The shared experiences and mutual support helped him stay on track, even when things got tough. Sharing his successes, no matter how small, boosted his confidence. Each achievement, whether big or small, was a step forward, and having others to share these moments with made them even more meaningful. He celebrated milestones with his friend, reinforcing his commitment to a healthier lifestyle. These celebrations were not just about the achievements, but also about the journey and the effort it took to get there. He realized that change was easier and more enjoyable with others by his side. The camaraderie and shared goals made the process less daunting and more rewarding, proving that together they could achieve anything. Section 7. Overcoming setbacks. Perseverance is key. Jake's journey wasn't linear. There were days when he slipped up, reverting to old habits. He missed workouts, indulged in unhealthy snacks, and felt discouraged. But instead of giving up, he acknowledged that setbacks were a natural part of the process. He practiced self-compassion, reminding himself that he was human. He learned from his mistakes, identifying triggers that led to slip-ups. He used these setbacks as opportunities to strengthen his resolve. He got back on track, more determined than ever to succeed. Section 8. Jake's transformation, reaping the rewards. Months later, Jake was a different person. He had shed those extra pounds and, more importantly, felt healthier and more energetic. He woke up feeling refreshed and motivated. He craved nutritious food and enjoyed being active. His confidence soared. He had not only transformed his habits, but his entire outlook on life. He realized that change was possible, one step at a time. He discovered that true strength lay not in resisting change, but in embracing it.